Facing Waves is brought to you in part by Current Designs, the world's leading builder of premium kayaks. Visit us online at cdkayak.com.
About a 15-minute drive from Wawa, Ontario, surrounded by hundreds of miles of wilderness and nestled between Lake Superior Provincial Park to the south and Puckasaw National Park to the north, the Michipicoten River flows into Lake Superior. Perched on the rocks at the mouth of the river and overlooking Lake Superior, you'll find Naturally Superior Adventures and the Rock Island Lodge, the ideal launching point for exploring the area by sea kayak, canoe, or by hiking trail.
Naturally Superior Adventures and Rock Island Lodge is a really cool paddling operation. It's situated right at the mouth of the Michipicoten River. It's got the full force of Lake Superior coming in if the wind's right, but it sticks out on this peninsula and you've got endless sea kayaking opportunities on both sides.
Our location is unique because we're exposed to Lake Superior, but we also have the advantage of being able to paddle in the Michipicoten River, which is very calm. So even on days when Lake Superior is in a state that people wouldn't enjoy paddling in it, we're also able to paddle, do instruction, do day trips on the Michipicoten River.
Rock Island Lodge is a really small, intimate lodge that sits out on the peninsula, so it has gorgeous views of Lake Superior in every direction, and it has a staff that really care about you having a great time.
We're the only lodging on Lake Superior for probably 100 kilometers south and 200 or 300 kilometers north. And so we're really lucky to have this location, and people are very happy to come and stay on the lake because of the spectacular views and scenery that we have here. Because the coastline of Lake Superior is so undeveloped, there's a lot of really wild places to explore where you're not passing through a lot of development and there's not a lot of boat traffic. So when you go out there, you know, you may see one or two people, and in a week of paddling, there's large expanses of space that you see nothing but trees and lakes and wilderness.
If you're up visiting Ontario's Algoma Country, definitely stop and check out some of the trails along the way. Whether you're looking for a day hike or a week-long hike, we have all of that in this area. There's easy, nice graded trails that lead to beautiful waterfalls and views of Lake Superior. And there's also a rugged coastline, coastal trail in Lake Superior Park. And that, you know, you need a backpack, and you can take anywhere from 5 to 7, 8, 9, or 10 days to complete a hike like that. And every night you get to camp along the shores of Lake Superior and just take in its beauty.
This region, as spectacular as it is really just a snapshot of what Northern Ontario is like overall. It's just pristine, perfect wilderness.
Well, this morning we're at Sinclair Cove, and our plan is to paddle out. There's several islands in the area. We're going to paddle around the islands and look at Agawa Bay. From there, we're going to make our way over to the Agawa Rock pictographs, and we're going to take a look at them from the water, which is kind of a special way to look at them because there are some that are visible only from the water while you're paddling.
So we're getting ready. We're almost ready, about to hit the water, head down to the water's edge, and all of a sudden, the black bear just walks down the road towards us like nothing's going on. We actually really struggled to control all our equipment and get all our gear down to shore, and also to contain our vehicle, because this bear, it saw us clearly as a source of food, and it knew exactly where to look. The only food we had on us was the lunches in our dry bags, and it so happened that my dry bag wasn't completely closed, and I was so busy worrying about the truck and our equipment that the bear got to my dry bag before I knew what was happening. I had time to say, guys, that's an important bag. And then boom, bear grabbed that bag and ran. It knew that there was some goodies in there. One side of your head saying, let it go, except my wallet was in there. The other side is going, run down that bear, chase that bear, catch that bear. Not that we really knew what we were gonna do when we caught it, but we did. We chased that bear, and fortunately, I think for us, the bear managed to open the dry bag, grab the sandwich out of it, and then we got close enough to scare it off. Unfortunately, it's a problem bear. That bear is gonna have to get dealt with, and in all likelihood, it'll probably mean putting it down. It's just it's too high of a risk at this point for all the camping, all the tourists that come to that area.
All I've been wanting to do is show you by this, all the other things I've been doing, that I really want to be your man, and I want to continue being your man, you know? I mean, what do you think I'm doing? I mean, you know, I want to prove it.
How you gonna do that?
My lady is strong and free, more than baby, mama to me.
One of the cool things about paddling in the Algoma area is that you get to paddle by some pictographs. I'm not even sure how long they've been there, but it's pretty wild to see the pictographs stained into the wall.
There are some that are visible only from the water while you're paddling. Visitors to Algoma Rock can walk down to see some of them, but they can't see them all.
Changing seasons, time went on, 2 became 3. Had a little boy look just like me. Now I'm so full of love.
So let's take a minute to look at some of the gear that you should consider if you're going to make the trip to Lake Superior. Now, first of all, the kayak. I was using a fiberglass Current Designs Infinity kayak. This boat is 17 feet 9 inches long and only 22 inches wide. Now, what that means is that it's designed for speed and it is fast. And when you're covering big distances, which we tended to do in Lake Superior, then this is a beautiful boat for that. Inside the cockpit, it's got a padded seat and back band, lots of room inside so you're comfortable for a long day of paddling. Now, paddling, I primarily used Aquabound's Surge carbon paddle. This is a full carbon paddle, carbon shaft and carbon blades, lots of power, and at only 1.5 pounds, just over 1.5 pounds in weight, you can paddle all day long and not have arm fatigue. The conditions were beautiful. The sun was shining, but still, it's fall. The temperatures were dropping in the evenings, and in the mornings they were quite low. So having a dry suit was really nice. And I was using Level 6's Orion dry suit. Now, unlike most dry suits that have latex gaskets at the wrists, ankles, and at the neck, the Orion has latex at the wrists and ankles, but neoprene gasket at the neck, which is much more comfortable. So there are a few pieces of gear that you need to consider if you're going to make a trip to Lake Superior.